Coaches, have you ever been on a sales call and towards the end, you know they're a great fit, they know that they're a really great fit, and they would benefit tremendously from your work, yet they come up with an objection or some sort of concern or something that kind of derails the enrollment process? In other words, they don't move forward, right? And if you've been on more than a few calls, you know that can happen periodically. So the question becomes, well, how can I collect deposits in a way that's elegant, in a way that's not pushy, that's not going to be broy or high pressure? Okay, well, there are two frames here that I will introduce with some examples on how exactly you can go about on your next call, literally after you finish watching this. And if you have a call coming up, you can use the same exact process to be able to connect with your prospect and ultimately clarify why it can be in their best interest to still move forward today with a deposit. And it doesn't have to be a big deal. So, this first concept here is called the final idea frame. In other words, what you want to do is have these frameworks that you lean on, and this one, the final idea one, is going to be the one that you want to go to most of the time when it comes to leaving or collecting a deposit. So here are some things to note though, like only do this if the main objection is timing or they're going on vacation or they're all in, but there's something there, right? And they maybe don't want to necessarily move forward completely right then and there. That's fine. Okay. The other thing is do this only if you have already established high rapport, high connection, and the call is ending on a positive note. In other words, if they're like very short with you towards the end, like yes, no, okay, uh-huh, yep, uh-huh, right? That's not high rapport. That's them wanting to get off of a call. And therefore, if you introduce the idea of a deposit, guess what's going to happen? They're probably going to reject it. They're going to say that you're pushing them. And obviously, you don't want that. Okay. The next thing here is you're coming from a frame of curiosity. You're looking to be helpful and useful for them. You're not looking to just collect cash, and people will feel that if your intention is truly, oh, I just want to close this person. Okay. So your intention isn't to close, but to help and introduce a creative approach, right? Introduce creative financing ideas to help them keep moving forward. So the key here is that your tone needs to be smooth and calm and steady, but with a lot of curiosity as your main intention and just being intrigued, being in a place of you're wondering what's going to happen and if they could do it. But also, you're absolutely certain that what you're going to present is going to be useful for them. At the end of the day, the big thing here is how do we help them keep building momentum, especially if you guys had a powerful discovery call or sales call. So here's the approach, right? They say, "Hey, Luis, that's great, but I don't know. It's just I'm not sure if this is the right time, and I got a vacation coming up, and I don't know. There's just there's certain things that I'm still considering, but no, I mean, I really love your program. I really love what you're doing, but yeah, it's just more the timing." Bingo, right? So it's not the money. Okay. And by the way, let me delete this. It's not the money, it's not the spouse, it's not uncertainty, it's just the timing. It's just they want to, consider several factors. Maybe they're going on a vacation or whatever. So then what you do is this. You go, "Okay, Jenny, no worries. I mean, I can definitely appreciate that. And can I share just like one final idea with you?" Right? Can I share just one idea with you? Before we disconnect, can I share an idea with you? Right? Multiple ways to say the same thing. They go, "Yeah," or "Sure." And then you go, "Yeah, and look, I'm not even too sure if it'll make sense for you because what tends to work really well for most people in your shoes is that we do a fully refundable deposit because it'll ultimately help you build momentum after today's session. Now, it's not locking you in or anything like that because, again, it's a fully refundable deposit. But what it will do is help you dip your toe in the water to help you feel what it's like to be inside of our container. Not only that, but it also helps you put some skin in the game. And lastly, it's going to help you build momentum. But I mean, I'm wondering, do you also believe in momentum? Do you believe it's important to build momentum in a situation like this? they're most likely going to say, "Oh, of course, yeah, no, I believe in building momentum." And then you ask, "Okay, and how come and why?" And then they're going to tell you, "Well, momentum is important because that's exactly what I'm missing. I'm missing clarity and accountability and progress and all these different things." So you go, "Okay, great." And open to exploring the idea of a deposit so that way you can build momentum. Right? It's like, okay, gotcha. So with that said, I mean, if you're open to it, why don't we explore this idea of a deposit so that way you can build momentum? So there's many ways to say the same thing. It's not about the exact words, it's more about your intention, your leadership, and then how you deliver the message. Okay, so and lastly, I mean, do you believe in building momentum in a situation like this? Yeah. Okay, and how come? Oh, so and then they'll tell you, "Oh, so that way when I get back from vacation, I would, have some things already sorted out." Okay, excellent. So are you open to exploring the idea of a deposit further so that way you can build some momentum? Sure. Like how much is the deposit is most likely what they'll ask. And then you go, "Yeah, it's just 500 bucks." Right? Or yeah, it's just 1,000 bucks. Whatever the price is, just say it like it's whatever, right? Because it kind of is, right? It's a fully refundable deposit. All you're looking to do is literally help them keep moving forward, keep moving the ball forward. Yeah, it's just 500, so that way we can unlock some of the initial pieces for you to explore, and that way we can hit the ground running when we reconnect and making sure everything looks good. Okay? Does that work? Sound good? And if they say yes, then great. Which card will you be using today? Okay? That's the first frame. Now, the second frame is this one. It's the bonus close frame. So what you want to do is make sure again, it's not the finances, it's not the spouse. This is where they feel really good, but they just want a couple of days or they're all going to go on vacation and it just logically makes sense to just move the ball, move forward, right? So what you want to do is this whole frame here is to get them more committed to what they want, and if they don't want to miss out, then how could we make it work, right? The whole point here is you will most likely have a bonus that's on the table. Okay, so we are a bridge and we are here to help them get what they said that they want. And if they want the bonus, then let's just do it and lock in a deposit or even just collect their credit card information, but we don't run it, right? That's another approach as well. Is if they give you pushback, like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't even know if I want to do the 500. It's like, yeah, no, or like, let's just say that, right? Let's say, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I even want to do the 500. You say, yeah, look, and all we really need is just some skin in the game, right? So is this doable for you? Like, yes or no? Right? If they start to get antsy, you say, so why don't we just do this, right? Let's keep it super easy. And again, the whole point is not to like, you know, um, collect money or close you. No, it's really just to help you build momentum. So why don't we do this? Let's get you situated. Let's go ahead and just collect the credit card information. We're not going to process it. It's just going to be there. So that way, if and when you are ready, when we reconnect in a couple of days, we'll just get you going. Fair enough. So that's another approach, just the CC close, a credit card close. But let's say that you want to move forward with this bonus right here. So what you do is you say, awesome. So before we wrap up here, before we close out, before we, get off the phone, before we get off the Zoom, okay? Awesome. So before we close out, I'm curious, how do you feel about the bonus, like the one-to-one coaching that you'd be getting with whatever, right? Or whatever the bonus is. Yeah, how do you feel about the additional done for you work that we would be able to do as a bonus? Like, does it matter for you or not really? Right? Especially if there's a way for you to include some sort of powerful accelerator for them, that's going to really move the needle, right? So it could be some done with you work, done for you work, some templates, something that's going to help them move forward. And obviously, if they say yes, then you say, okay, and how come, right? Or why? Why do you believe it will be helpful for you, right? And this is just to get them to speak out loud. What is it that they want and why do they want it? And so you go, okay, so if you want to access the VIP one-to-one bonus, right? Or if you want to save your seat on our next event or whatever. Okay, so if you want to access the bonus, what we do is just take down a small deposit. That way, once you're ready to go when we reconnect, it'll be smoother to get you on board. And worst case scenario, you can get a refund. No problem at all. Fair enough? Obviously, if they say yes, okay, great. It's just 500 bucks to get started, right? And then the key here is always set up the next call on the calendar, right? So then you have two commitments. You have the deposit and you have the next call on the calendar just to make sure like they're all good to go and they don't have any other concerns or anything like that. All right. So again, if you ever find yourself in a situation where your prospect is a great fit, they know it, you know it, but maybe there's some sort of logistical thing that needs to get sorted out, no problem. What you do is you present this idea of a deposit first by saying, hey, what we do for people in your shoes is a fully refundable deposit just to help you build momentum, right? Is that something that you're open to exploring? If so, they're gonna say, "Yeah, how much is the deposit?" "Yeah, the deposit is just 500. The deposit is just 1,000." Okay, and then you could, preface it or give them the reasoning why it wouldn't be in their best interest. And then once they say sure or yes, great, right? Move forward, right? Now, for those of you asking, "Okay, great, Luis, but what if they say no? What if they go, 'No, I'm good. I'm not gonna do that'?" Okay, so then in that case, it's most likely not a timing or logistical objection. It was something else. And I'm going to have more videos on how do you handle fear, doubt, uncertainty, worries, and some of those things that can get in people's ways. But for now, if you and them both feel really good about it, but there's some sort of logistical thing getting in the way, just collect the deposit. Again, the whole mindset is I'm here to serve you. I'm here to help you build momentum. Here's what we do. It's normal. Okay.